Oh, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. In today's video, we are going to review the call out of 4th to 8th place. But before we get into that, I have to get into a rant. I wanted to hold off until after the Mr. Olympia, but this cannot wait for obvious reasons. As you guys see, you are currently looking at a video from this year's 2024 Mr. Olympia live stream, which is almost pitch black dark. And as we know, this does no justice to darker competitors like Andrew Jack, Samson Dauda, Brandon Curry. Now looking at this video, I'm going to show you an image of what Samson actually looked like at the 2024 Mr. Olympia. And I'm aware that a stream is going to look a little bit different from an HD image, but the difference from the live stream to the HD photos this year is very, very drastic. Samson looks soft, and I said that he was a distant third in my prejudging video. I do apologize because this statement was not accurate. This is quite possibly the best Samson Dauda we've ever seen, and he's not a distant third. Samson may actually be fighting for the title. But again, my apologies guys, I was looking at a very, very dark live stream. We're going to go into detail about this a little bit later, but I actually want to focus on the second call out because there hasn't been much attention brought to that. So the second call out at prejudging consisted of 5 guys: Rafael Brandao, Hunter Labrada, Martin Fitzwater, Andrew Jack, as well as William Bonac. For some odd reason, Akeem Williams was not in this call out. He was actually in the last call out. Hopefully at finals he gets a chance to move up because he definitely deserves to be compared to these guys. So as far as his front double bicep goes, of course this is a Andrew Jack shot. I would probably have Martin Fitzwater in second, maybe Rafa in third, Bonac in fourth, and actually maybe Hunter Labrada falling in fifth. The midsection just doesn't look very pleasing in this shot. Hunter has great arms, great quads, but the midsection tends to throw everything off. I was really expecting Rafael Brandao to come in and place top 5 at this year's O, but honestly from the moment he came out, it was pretty obvious that Rafa needs to add more size. He also seemed to look a little bit irritated on stage as well. Now, as I just mentioned, unfortunately we did not have the best live stream. Looking at these images, I can tell you guys that Martin Fitzwater and Hunter Labrada look 10 times more impressive on the live stream. Now, taking a look at the front lat spread pose, this is of course going to be an Andrew Jack pose. And Andrew said that there are going to be broken hearts at this year's Olympia. Now, we're only 2 shots in, but I have to be honest with you guys. Andrew definitely has an injury around his rib cage area that was talked about going into this year's O, and he's actually losing control of his midsection, which is crazy. The guy with the best abs in the sport is having a hard time holding in his stomach in between poses. You're not going to be able to see that in the images, but it was going on the entire prejudging. And as prejudging went on, Hunter Labrada and Martin Fitzwater both started to fade. I think when they were both told to get back in line, they were actually happy because both of them were starting to pour sweat and was just trying to wipe it off and continue to pose. And again, unfortunately due to lighting, it's hard to see certain details and physiques of Andrew Jack as well as William Bonac. Dan Solomon actually said recently that having a black backdrop would be boring. Don't worry about it guys, we will talk about that going forward. But this side chest pose is actually a great pose for Rafael Brandao. I think him and Hunter Labrada are leading the way. Andrew does look pretty good in the upper body, but lower body still needs a little bit of work. Martin doesn't look the best in this shot. He does look like almost the smallest guy in this comparison next to William Bonac, but Bonac actually seems to be showcasing more detail and possibly a little bit more pop. But once we take a look at the back double bicep, this is the Martin Fitzwater show. Andrew has a great back. At points during the prejudging, Andrew was not completely opening up his back for whatever reason. Hunter looks great here. His conditioning looks good from the front, but I definitely expected to see more detail throughout the lower body. And again, Rafael Brandao just being a taller guy, he still needs to add more size to fill out. I believe he's around the same height as Samson Dauda, and I think Samson is competing at maybe 302. Rafa definitely has to add some beef. So taking a look at the rear lat spread shot, Andrew Jack, crazy back. I could truly understand if someone said Andrew wins this pose just off overwhelming width, but Martin Fitzwater from top to bottom, I would say definitely gets the nod. He has the crazy back, but also the hamstrings and the striated glutes to match, but the width of Andrew is just unmatched in this shot. And I'm pretty sure Bonac is actually taking third in this shot behind Martin and Andrew. His back looks incredible, and I can't really see the details in the lower body, but we know that Bonac has striated glutes. Hunter may actually be falling last in this shot. Rafa's back looks pretty good. Now let's take a look at the side tricep pose. And here, you guys can kind of see what I was talking about with Andrew Jacked not controlling his midsection the entire prejudging. And I'm not going to blame Andrew. I'm just going to chalk it up to the injury that he suffered going into this year's show. Hunter Labrada pulls off a great side tricep. His midsection doesn't look incredible, but it's also not protruding. Martin Fitzwater, I'm telling you guys, these images don't really do him justice. He looks like the smallest guy in this lineup next to Bonac, which he probably is, but he was a lot more impressive on the live stream. From watching this live, it looked like Hunter and Martin were fighting for 4th place, and Andrew was potentially going to be in 6th. Being honest with you guys, taking a look at these images, it looks like Andrew is firmly in 4th place and should probably be getting compared to maybe Samson Dowda as far as moving up. I'm not saying he's going to beat Samson Dowda. Based off images, it looks like Andrew is winning this call out. But again, based off stream, it looked like it was going to be between Martin and Hunter Labrada. Without a doubt, I don't really have to commentate on this ab and thigh shot. Andrew is honestly the only guy that has a solid ab and thigh here. Martin and Rafa will be after Andrew, with Bonac and Hunter following up behind. Now the last shot we're going to look at is the most muscular, and I honestly don't think that Andrew gets enough credit in this shot. I noticed this back at the Texas Pro, but this guy in the hands on hip most muscular just looked monstrous, and I'm pretty sure seeing this in person is even more crazy. Personally, I like Andrew Jacked in this shot, Hunter Labrada 2nd, Martin Fitzwater 3rd, Rafa in 4th, and Bonac falling in last. I don't think Bonac is fully into the shot, but the midsection doesn't look the best here. And again, trust me guys, if this was live, I don't think Martin Fitzwater would be 3rd in this shot. The most muscular is probably his most impressive shot outside of the back poses. But that's going to wrap up this video, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? After review, it looks like 4th place is between Andrew Jacked and Martin Fitzwater. Looking at images, it seems like Andrew may be firmly in that 4th place, but I'm telling you guys, he was seriously having a hard time controlling his midsection at the prejudging. And to be fair, Martin and Hunter did start to fade. Honestly, I don't think none of these placings are set in stone. I think Andrew could be 4th. I wouldn't be mad if it was Hunter. I also wouldn't be mad if it was Martin Fitzwater. But tonight we have the finals. Make sure you like the video and are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss a video. I'm Christian from Go Fitness, and as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. I'm out.